Esteemed Toastmasters, distinguished guests, fellow friends and leaders, as we gather for this district conference, we do so with hearts filled with gratitude, reflection, and anticipation. Today is more than a conference. It is a homecoming. It is a moment to return to the people, the stories, the lessons, and the legacy that has shaped District 13 into the community we know and love. Homecoming reminds us that we are connected by more than just club members, district numbers, contests, and conferences. We are connected by shared experiences. By the first speech that made our hands shake. By the evaluator who helped us see what is possible. By the mentor who reminded us that our voice mattered. By the meetings, moments, and memories that turned strangers into colleagues, and colleagues into friends. Today we honor the past, the leaders who paved the way, the members who served with dedication, and the clubs that created space for growth, and the many voices that rose within District 13 and helped others rise as well. We give thanks to every lesson learned, every role fulfilled, every challenge overcome, and every person who helped build the foundation on which we now stand. And even as we honor what has been, we also embrace what is ahead. On July 1st, District 13 will join with District 10 to become District 218. While the number may change, the mission remains. The spirit remains. The commitment to communication, leadership, service, and personal growth remains. We do not leave our legacy behind. We carry it forward. So as we begin this final official gathering as District 13, may we be present in the moment. May we celebrate with joy, reflect with gratitude, and look ahead with courage. May this conference remind us that home is not only where we have been, it is also what we build together. Let us honor the past with appreciation. Let us embrace the future with confidence. And let us continue to lift one another, encourage one another, and lead one another into this next chapter. District 13, welcome home. Thank you, and may each of you enjoy a meaningful and memorable conference.
Thank you so much. What wonderful words to start our day. Please welcome our morning Toastmaster, past District Director, distinguished Toastmaster, Bob Johnson.
Good morning, District 13.
Good morning.
Richard, help me out here.
Come on, let's do better than this.
Good morning, District 13. We are going to start today's festivities with the Parade of Banners. Being this is our last District 13 Parade of Banners, I've been informed that as your club banner is called, please join that banner in the procession as we go around the room. That's if your banner's here and you're in that club, join the person carrying your banner. We want to make sure this is a big group that does the parade of banners this morning. With that, and we've been doing photo shoots up here. We're doing parade of banners. This is getting better. Anyone got any other suggestions? All right, with that said, we will get started. Steve, go ahead and cue up our music. Let's get a little light here in the room. This is the last parade of banners. Our first club, please welcome Johnstown Toastmasters Club. Our next club, please welcome Early Birds. Right now, of all people coming up, our next club, Greensburg. Expecting a lot when I announced this club after last evening's festivities. Please welcome Penn State Pinger. Put your hands together for the next club, Cranberry High Noon Toastmasters. We're going to stand here all day and display those banners, so this is like a survivor challenge. You may be seated.
If you want to sit down, you can. Thank you.
This time I would like to welcome our Club Growth Director, distinguished Toastmaster, Lori Davis, to read the district mission.
We build new clubs and support all clubs in achieving excellence. Come on, it's Saturday morning, folks. You don't have to go to work. You get to hang out with Kathy and Stephanie and Sharon all day. Steve is providing fantastic music. Let's try again. Our mission is, we build new clubs and support all clubs in achieving excellence. Woo-hoo!
We'll now welcome our Program Quality Director, distinguished Toastmaster, Sharon Hines, to give a few opening remarks.
Good morning, and welcome home. Yes, this is our final District 13 Spring Conference, and I'm so excited about our future. Thank you for being here today. It's because of dedicated members like yourself, our district has been so strong for so long. Nothing happens without someone making it happen. You all share in the greatness in which our district has achieved over the years, and I'm so honored.
And just drop it yourself. You don't have to type it, but you can.
I am so
It might take a
honored
little bit
to
to
be serving with you.
That's probably the best
I
way to
am
do
so
it.
honored that you chose to allow
Or
me
wait, if you have a telegram,
to share
send
this
telegram.
journey with you.
Send me a telegram.
Today we'll be inspired, and I encourage you to have your books ready to take notes. And by the way, if you're wondering what that last page behind your book is all about, hey, at the last day of high school and homecoming, what do? Autographs. So you have someone say a few words or sign something there for you, and you hold on to it. This is a keepsake, so please hold on to it. District 13 has a story worth telling. A story of leaders developed, voices found, and a community that has shown up for one another year after year. This is our final spring conference at District 13, and that deserves a moment of reflection. Not with sadness, but with pride and excitement. Why? Because everything we have built, every member that we've mentored, every speech that changed someone's life or changed your own life, that doesn't end there. It moves forward with us into District 219. Celebrating the past, embracing the future is not two separate ideas. It's one continuous act of honor. So this weekend, reconnect, celebrate, and then lean forward, because the future of District 219 will be written by the leaders right here in this room. You. Yes, you. You're writing the future now. Now it is my privilege to introduce the head honcho, the amazing, dynamic person who has led our district, whose name is now written in the history books forever. Would you join me in welcoming our dynamic district director,
Good morning, District 13, honored guests, special guests, guests from our soon-to-be part of 219, District 10s are all here today. This is quite a homecoming where we can truly honor our past and embrace our future. We're so happy to have you here. I hope that you take time to reconnect with old friends that you may not have seen for a while, your favorite friends that have been at every conference, and meet new people that are here for the first time. We're going to have a lot of fun and a lot of food, so please eat up. We have a lot of food. Enjoy. I would also like to take this moment to introduce my team. We'll start at the top. Our illustrious, distinguished Toastmaster, immediate past District Director, Stephanie Scott. I'd like to introduce our program quality director. You just heard from her, distinguished Toastmasters. One of our very newest Toastmasters, our club group director. Distinguished Toastmasters. Remotely, our public relations manager, Cricket. Also, for those of you who didn't know, my personal executive admin assistant. Not the official one. We also have our finance manager, Angela Rogers. Looking for our webmaster, Cameron. There we go. Our parliamentarian, Jim Ewing. Distinguished Toastmasters. We also have with us our division director for Division B, Tamika Leslie in the back there. Area director stand. And then we have Stuart Strickland. There we go, Michelle Mary Archer. Kathy Collin and Cosmos. Giovanni and Michael Watson, so leaders possible. Thank you. Did I get all my current people, or are you still hiding on me? My logistics manager, who did actually stand up. Steve said last week. Our newest admin, Jean Humphreys. Later in the lineup. Please help me welcome our guest of honor, past international president, distinguished Toastmaster Richard Peck. We have some visiting guests, as I mentioned. We have our incoming PQD-elect for District 219 and current division director from District 10, Stephanie Hill. I believe we also have Club Growth Director-elect for District 219 and current area director Ed Howard, but no, we don't, they'll be here later, so you can make notes of that. Now we have our past district directors. No, we don't. We have past international director, Russell Drake. We have our ever-beloved past district director from District 18, Dr. Elizabeth Carter. Because this is where I usually remember it, past district director for our Smedley Distinguished District. Past district director, Bob Johnson. Past district director, Past District Director Steve Templeton. Past District Director Paulette Harvey. Past District Director Margaret Humphreys. And past District Director Mike Dalton. So now that you've seen how many past district leaders we have, I'd also like to say we have 4 brand new Distinguished Toastmasters. Half the people here are Distinguished Toastmasters, so we're here to encourage the other half of you to get going. There's time left. We love having more Distinguished Toastmasters. I do hope you enjoy your weekend, have fun, enjoy all the time you have with the people that are here today. And I would now like to bring back our program quality director, Sharon Holmes.
Thank you. At this time, I am so honored to introduce our keynote speaker for the day. Distinguished Toastmaster Richard E. Peck joined Toastmasters in 2006 at the recommendation of one of my past mentors, Les Brown, and he quickly rose through the leadership, ultimately serving as the 2020-2021 International President of Toastmasters International. During his presidency, he launched the International President's World Tour, connecting virtually with members in over 140 countries and speaking in person over 5 continents. He's a recipient of the U.S. Presidential Award for Volunteerism in 2018. Richard is also deeply involved with organizations such as Kiwanis International and Lions Club International. He holds a bachelor's degree in electrical engineering and a master's in international business. He's also the co-author of the book, Poking the Cadaver, a forensic approach to public speaking. Richard, recognized worldwide as a leader, coach, mentor, and speaker, known for his mantra, being a leader is not about being the center of attention, it's about being the epicenter of action. Would you please join me with a resounding welcome, speaking to us today on the topic, The Future is in Your Hands, past International President, Distinguished Toastmaster, Richard E.
Usually the standing ovation is at the end, not at the beginning. I've spoken in some tough positions before. After lunch, when everybody's got their carbohydrate tiredness, after the world champion of public speaking, I never ever want to speak after Dr. Elizabeth Carter again. What an elegant way to start the morning. Thank you, Dr. Elizabeth. I could have wrote my keynote sitting in this crowd this morning, based on the conversations that I've heard and the things that were said. And I want you to lose one thought, though, and that this is the last District 13 conference. You know, they say people die twice. You die the first time they put you in the ground, you die the last time they remember your name. Same thing is true with legacy. If you set your legacy, District 13 will never be forgotten. Therefore, it will continue to live on no matter what the number is. So remember, your legacy will continue, and it's, as spoken before about legacy. And do we actually leave a legacy? And we don't. In my opinion, other people leave our legacy for us because they have to remember us. We can set the groundwork for our legacy. But if people don't remember us, the legacy ends. So remember that you are setting your legacy for people to remember District 13 forever. And I'll remember District 13 forever because I was part of it, as well as part of 219. But I'd like to start off this morning by asking something that I traditionally do at most keynotes do. We have first-timers in the room. All right, first-timers, please stand and be recognized. Remember, we're the first to get fed. We're very special. All right. First timer for more. No, stay standing. This is first timer greater than a year. Sit down. Okay, very good. So we got new first. Oh, one second. Yes, if you've been a member of Toastmasters for over a year, sit down. Okay. Wow, you're the last one who's standing. Okay, between 6 months and a year. Wow. 3 months to 6 months.
You're not a Toastmaster.
We're confused. Okay, how many months do you have?
What was the year?
You have a year? Okay. How many months do you have?
2 months.
You have 2 months in Toastmasters. And how many months do you have?
I'm not a member yet.
Okay. Well, we have a membership application to get it to you. Thank you. But for our member, 2 months in, let me ask you a question. You consider yourself a good evaluator? Some degree. Would you like to get better?
Yes.
All right. I don't believe in speaking for free. Sorry, I don't. Would you be willing to give me an evaluation?
Sure.
Do you have a sheet of paper? Well, I have paper here if you need it. But I'll also give you, for taking time out of your day, a core value point above me for the evaluation. I got up this morning thinking about the subject of this keynote, the future is in your hands. And it's never good to start thinking first thing in the morning when you haven't had but barely 1 cup of coffee, and you're a 4 cup of coffee minimum day. And the question that came to my mind as I was thinking about it is the future really in your hands? Is the future really in your hands? Because the future is never really here. Right? The future's never really here. Because by the time the future gets here, it's today. And it's the present. So everything I said in the future was thinking about is already in the past. So is it really in our hands? Or is the way we look at the future to make it our present what's the most important thing? Because we can continue to dwell on the future. We can continue to dwell on the past. But are either one of those things important? Or is where we are today, who we are today, what we are today, the most important thing. And I started thinking about that, and then I had to have my second cup of coffee, and it became clearer that we use our past as a reference point for lessons that we try to apply to the future present. The future present. And I thought about it. I said, the future's tough. It's tough. Because we don't know what's going to be. But we all face something. We all plan for something. Has everyone ever got up in the morning and said, this sucks? Yeah? This sucks. I want a do-over. Anyone ever want a do-over? Life doesn't come with an eraser, unfortunately, so you really can't do things over. And I've come to that realization a couple times. I woke up in the morning and this just sucks. Gotta redo something. Gotta find something. Because you have to be able to be willing to make the difference. See, I can't make a difference for you. I might be able to give you some insights, some ideas, some whatever, but you're going to have to make those decisions for yourself. And I came to this stark realization that was me when I had hair, and still wear glasses. The stark realization that in order to change the outcome, in order to shape the future present to be what I want it to be, it's on me. It's absolutely on me. I can't have somebody else shape my future. We talked about this, I talked about this on a call the other night, last night as a matter of fact. I'm not going to let somebody dictate what my level of success is. You should not let anybody dictate what your level of success is. You should not tell them what you can and cannot do. Just do. Just do. I got my pingers group over here this morning. They're all fired up. I see you guys didn't sleep much last night. But what does that mean? If I want to be able to control my future present, what does that mean? Well, that means that we have to do something as individuals that we really don't like to do. And that means we have to change. Everyone here, go, yay, change! Yay, change! Only this room liked it. Half this room was still debating on whether they want coffee, and this group over here says, I'm not saying anything about anything. Most people don't like change. And they don't like change because of the uncertainty that comes with it. But we were talking last night, I was talking to a group of people out in the hallway last night, and there's two types of change. There's internal change, where we realize we have to change. We have to do something different. And then there's external change. And the external change is the ones that we don't like. You need to change your attitude. I do. Somebody's telling me I have to do something. You have to change from District 13 to 219. Well, I heard a lot of we have to do what? External change is forced upon you. You don't accept it very much. Because you don't realize why it has to happen. But internal change, we love, for the most part, because we've made a realization that we need to do something different. We need to shape something different. And that's what I want to talk to you about today is how change impacts your future. And what you do changes the outcome. But is change easy? No. Change is not easy. It's probably one of the most difficult things you can do. And one of the things that makes change difficult is that you realize that you are not perfect. Anyone ever tell you that before? You're not perfect? If they haven't, I'm sorry. I'm going to be the first one to do it. I'm not perfect. Nobody's perfect. We strive for perfection. We strive to be the best version of ourselves. Right? Isn't that important? To always be the best version of yourself. You can't be the best version of somebody else. Why would you even bother trying? And I love when people say, I want to be just like you. No, you don't. You want to be you, but maybe develop skills that I have or somebody else has. But with change, we realize that we need to do something a little bit different. But change just doesn't happen. It doesn't. The greatest example of change is a butterfly. I love talking about butterflies because it goes from that caterpillar, right, into a chrysalis stage. And does anyone know what happens to it when it goes into that chrysalis stage? It turns to... my overachiever standing over here. It actually turns to a liquid. It completely dissolves itself. And the DNA structure reforms into a butterfly. Now that's an extreme form of change. Pretty sure you don't want to see me dissolve into a puddle here on the floor and come back up looking like Tom Cruise. I would never want to be Tom Cruise. I'm much better looking and he's way too short. Right? But in order to change, you have to go through a couple things. You have to go through a transition. And that means that we have to be willing to move from one state of where we are to another state of where we want to be. And in order to do that, we have to define what that state is. We just don't want to go willy-nilly into the future, but some people do. It's always, what do you want to do when you grow up? Well, I don't know, but I'll do something. And you go off and try and do it, and you transition, and you never get to where you want to be. So you have to understand that transition has to be purposeful. I know where I am now. I know where I want to be in the future. And then figuring out what the steps are in the process in the middle. In my afternoon workshop, we're going to talk about how to identify steps in the process to get from where you are now to where you want to be. But transition isn't easy. Transition isn't easy. It means facing things that can make you uncomfortable. Some things that you may feel that you're not being successful. One of the greatest phobias out there, tickophobia. It's a big word, I know, it's a $50 word first thing this morning. But it's the fear of failure. And because we fear failure, we tend to stay where we are. We get stuck and we don't transition into the next step. And can you ever really fail? Can you ever really fall? I don't think you can. I think you can learn from it, regroup, rebuild, and then move on from it. But I don't know that you can really ever fail. The only time I think that you actually can fail is if you choose not to fail. Right? If you choose not to move forward. You're not going to be willing to make that change. I'm going through a transition right now where when I was on the board of directors, I was always engrossed in deep conversations. Some of you probably have those conversations today in your clubs and your corporate lives. And then you step away from that. And the conversations fall apart. And brain cells start going, wee. You can almost feel them going at night, right? So I decided I'm going to go back to my doctor. I'm going to transition into a point where I'm going to be pushing myself to learn again and stretch myself. Not an easy transition, especially not at my age, not an easy transition to do. I think it's important. I realize that I need to do that. So transition is the first step. Realizing you need to move from one to another. And then you have to transform yourself. You have to be willing to take that change. You have to be willing to make yourself out differently. You need to become the butterfly from the caterpillar. District leaders. You move from your transition is from one state of district leadership to the next state of district leadership. But you transform from that role to the next role based on the skills you gain. Club officers, same way. Members here who have joined the Toastmasters Club, went into your first Toastmasters meeting. Realize a change is needed. Want to become a better speaker, a better leader? Transition from that shy person, I don't want to do table topics, to someone commanding the stage, being a speaker, being a leader, transformed. Change, transition, transformation. One step to the other. Again, not easy. Self-realization is very difficult because we're needing to take stock of ourselves. How many of you like to self-identify flaws? Yeah, that gets the laugh, right? That's the one thing I'm going to talk about. But we need to do that. We need to understand what we're good at, what we're not, what we can improve upon, what we can't. We talked about this morning, and that Stephanie Scott and I were talking. Stephanie and I are dear friends. We've known each other for a long time. And we talked about leadership, specifically, and that why there's so much difficulty in transforming in leadership and transitioning in leadership. And that's because we don't give feedback in leadership. And you're always the best you always were if no one tells you you weren't. Right? You're always the best you were. 2015 was the International Convention. It was in Washington, D.C. Anyone been there? The longest business meeting in history. I was running for second vice president. There were 5 others, 6 other candidates. This was before we had the 10% rule, so everyone fell off one ballot at a time. It was craziness. And I lost to the eventual international president, Teapot Bennett. And I left the room and I was so angry. And I wasn't angry for any particular reason other than I had never lost anything in my life. I hadn't. 12 officers, district leaders, international director, never lost anything in my life. Until I realized something, and this is where the change happened. I never won anything in my life. I had never won anything. And I say that because I had never been competing against anybody in my life. And if you're not competing against anybody in your life, you are always as good as you were way back there. And the world changed. So I had to go through that process of realizing that I needed to change. I needed to transition. I needed to transform myself in order to be the next version, the next caterpillar to butterfly version of myself. So when you think about what you want to do in the future, whatever that future present looks like for you, realize that you're going to have to take some steps to do that, to get there. But fear is our greatest adversary. It stops us from doing things. Fear of the unknown. Fear of failure. Anyone still not like having the lights turned out at night when you go to bed for fear that the monster's going to come out from underneath? No, you don't. You're punching a monster in the face over here. I see that. But that fear was ingrained in us from when we were very young. And we still take portions of that into our current life. That fear of the unknown, that fear of failure. You know, there's actually a fear of success.
Yes.
It's called achievemophobia. It's the fear of being successful. And I think it's a circular pattern with achievemophobia. Because achievemophobia is, I'm very successful, and then I might have to leave my friends, I might have to get a bigger house, fancier car, more money, better dress. But where achievemophobia becomes the issue is, now you have to repeat it. Now you have to repeat it. If you have a fear of failure, now the achievemophobia comes back. And so you get this circular effect over fear. And it lays one layer upon the next. And that stops you from being willing to change, and being willing to transition into something else. And we're comfortable where we are, aren't we? Status quo. One thing districts always say, we're going to do it this way because we've always done it this way because we're comfortable with it. We know what the outcome is. And I'm watching past district leaders in this room go, I wish we weren't saying that anymore. I agree. But we're comfortable. We're comfortable with this. We're comfortable with that status. And here's the thing. We've got 100 and something clubs that we're working with, and they're all happy with it. Who's going to be the one that wants to put that big rock in the middle of the pond? You see that ripple effect as it takes on. Not too many people. There's a fear in doing that. And I like to talk about change from two aspects. There's the pebble effect of change, the pebble approach to change, and the tidal wave. Okay? The pebble approach is you throw small pebbles into a pond, you get nice gentle ripples. You know it's changing everything, but there's no big disturbance. It's pleasant. Same time, you throw a big boulder into it, that's big change. Big splash, everything gets destroyed underneath, on surface. So you need to think about change as you do it in little bites, little pieces at a time. It's so much easier to take on. But you can't stay in status quo. If you stay in status quo, your present's always going to be your past. Because you're not getting out of it. You're never going to have the future. So avoid the status quo. Be willing to change things. Always think about what's the worst thing that's going to happen if I try it? What's the worst thing to happen? You can always go back. But if you're status quo, guess what? You're never going forward. So get rid of the status quo aspect of it. And then we need to realize that the thing that keeps us from reaching the future potential is the two most dangerous letters in the English language. Anyone want to guess what the two most dangerous letters in the English language are? I'll tell you, it's not W, even though it's got those sharp points on it. W is not. Okay, and O. So N is definitely one of them, for sure. N is definitely a very dangerous letter. Doesn't look dangerous by itself. So the next letter is T. Again, two very innocent looking letters. They don't look like they could be dangerous, right? Until you put this in between them. Can't, won't, shouldn't, couldn't. Not good enough. You can't do it. N apostrophe T, the two most dangerous letters in the English language, because we hear them so often and we use them so often. You probably heard those words since you were growing up. Yeah, I heard someone going, yeah. You can't do that. Don't do that. You're not good enough. You'll never be good at something, and they always put the N apostrophe T after it. And you start to live with that. And then when you start thinking about change, you go, what's the first thing you go? I can't do that. I shouldn't do that. I won't be any good at that. Not because you thought that, but because somebody else told you that. Somebody else told you that. Guess what? You just let somebody else dictate your future. Whatever your future is. Do you want somebody to do that for you? Do you want somebody to tell you how successful you can be, what your future should be? Or do you want to be you and build your own future? The other thing is, we surround ourselves with the wrong people. They say if you want to be successful, surround yourself with successful people. Well, only you know what success looks like, so only you know the successful people you want to hang out with. But we hang out with friends, acquaintances, family members, co-workers. We hang out with a lot of people. And a lot of them bring a lot of things with them. Easy to get away from a friend, hard to get away from family. I think we did this this last night, didn't we? How many of you want to talk to your family about what your Toastmasters meeting is? Yeah, very few hands go, I don't think I'm going to talk to my friend going to a Toastmasters meeting. You want to talk to them about it? No, I'm not going to do that. Don't want to get in that conversation. But we need to identify people who are the wrong people. And if you're a leader building a team, you need to know these people right away so that you can build your team properly. If you're looking to go somewhere in the future, you need to identify these people to stay away from so that they don't dictate your future. And I have this really unique way of showing people to you. I like to identify them as animals. It's easy to remember if I show you an animal, right? Everyone loves an animal. They say if you want a successful commercial, put either a baby or an animal in it. Here's animals. First animals I'd like to present to you, the first friends, family members you might have are the crabs. Anyone familiar with a crab bucket? Man, I saw hands go up faster. I've never seen hands go up before. For those of you unfamiliar with a crab bucket, that's a bucket full of live crabs. What are the crabs on the top trying to do? What are the crabs underneath trying to do? Hold them down, grab them by the legs. They're dictating that crab on the top's future. Guess what? Everyone's holding on to each other's legs. Who survives? Nobody. Nobody. Well, now when we have new regulations, you can't put lobsters into boiling water. You have to put them into cool, warm water so they can go to sleep. But crabs are people that hold us by our ankles and won't let us get out of where we are. And we deal with those individuals every day. It may be in what they say, it may be in what they act, it may be how they portray things. But crabs are the #1 detriment to you. If you want to get out of something, and somebody's got you and is holding you back, you're never going to get there. So identify those crabs in your life and realize who they are. Doesn't mean you have to throw them out of your life, but realize what you're willing to deal with them, what you're willing to share with them. The next ones are parrots. What do parrots do? Repeat everything you say. Right? And they repeat it in a negative way. I want to learn to ride a motorcycle. All right, yeah, there you go. Perfect. I need to have you up here with me. That was good. Oh, I know how to ride a motorcycle. You'll never like it. It's, too much coordination. You got hands and feet and everything going on at one time, and you're not coordinated enough. You'll never like it. How do you know? How do you know? Unless I try. But parents do that. They get back to you. District leaders, you face that all the time. I think we're going to run for a district office. Anyone ever heard this? I was already in that office. Didn't get the support I wanted. Didn't get the support I think I was going to have. Didn't enjoy it. You're not going to enjoy it either. Shouldn't do it. Anyone ever heard that? I know a couple people. You have lots of reactions in the room. I know a couple people have heard that. So realize those people who are repeating things back to you, said they've already done it in a negative way, those are the parrots in your life. Again, realize how you want to handle those people. You don't have to make them the center of your life. Don't make them the center of your universe. Surely don't let them dictate your future. Mosquito people. That's right. That's what we know mosquitoes for, is they suck your blood. So let's look at that in a real life situation. People who come into your life take something from you and then leave. They get everything out of you that they can, and the only thing they leave you with is a welt. They leave you with a pain. They leave you with the memory. They come in, take, and go. You see this all the time in individuals. They come in and it's looking for something they can gain from you to better themselves. and leave nothing behind but a painful memory. And then when you surround yourself with a lot of mosquitoes, you get a lot of painful memories. So you need to think about, am I seeing people coming into my life taking and not giving anything back? And I'm not the type of person who says, listen, if I do for you, you need to do for me. I really don't care about that. But I also don't expect you to just keep coming to the well and not giving something back to it. So think about those people in your life that you're experiencing now, with those mosquito-style people in your life. And then crocodiles. What do we know about crocodiles? They will take you down. That's right. They grab a hold of you. They bring you below the surface. They twist you around. You can't escape. And they've got this grip on you. And they never let you reach the surface. They never let you survive. You've got people in your lives that have got a hold of you, and they're holding you below the surface. They're twisting you around. They've got you in that death spiral because of what they've told you. And you believe them. And you're spiraling out of control because of this. These are the four most dangerous people you have in your life. And you all have somebody that's doing something, guaranteed. You just didn't realize it until you saw it in front of you. Because if I told you the words, you'd never be able to understand what it looks like. If I show you the picture, now you know what these people are. And you're going to face them now. You've had them in your past. Guaranteed you're going to see somebody in the future just like that. But it's your future. It's your future. You need to take control of it. You need to make it yours. Nobody else's. Set your own path. Be your own person. Don't be somebody else. And don't let somebody tell you what you can and can't do. How do they know? How do they know what you can and can't do? Because I know a lot of you in this room, and I know that there is nothing stopping except how high you can reach. And we did that last night. If you want to take control of your future, embrace the fear. What's the worst thing that's going to happen? What's the worst thing that's going to happen? You tried it, didn't like it. Maybe you weren't as successful as you wanted to be. Okay. Go back, transition, transform, change some more. Get to where you want to be. Accept that everything's an unknown. You didn't know what I was going to talk about this morning other than what was the title in your brochure this morning. You didn't know what breakfast was going to be, what coffee was going to be. You don't know what today's going to be like. Everything is an unknown. And we face it. I tell people this all the time. Realize that nobody can cause you a bad day. Nobody can cause you a bad day. It's how you react to that situation that causes you a bad day. It's how you react to the unknown. It's how you react to the fear that dictates how that day is going to go, how that approach is going to be. Embrace it. Embrace it. Any roller coaster people here? Yeah. How's that for some fear? You don't know what's going to happen. That's all that unknown. You don't know if you're going to get up there and your heart will go. You don't know if the guy next to you is going to be having an upset stomach by the time it's done. But you face that fear, you face that unknown. It's great. I was just speaking in District 78. We're talking about something very similar about transition, changing people. And I had a whole group of Toastmasters sitting in the room, and I could see this was right after lunch, and we're going to have to do something different. And the speaker was up and giving an international speech before, and spoke about roller coasters and the fear of the unknown that goes in roller coasters, and how his friend loved roller coasters. And he did this, and his friend was shaking around like a teenage Taylor Swift fan. I didn't know there's no way I said dumb doing that, and here I am doing it. So I said, we've got to get our Toastmasters energized after lunch. And again, this is a bunch of seasoned Toastmasters after lunch. And I bring him up on the stage and show us that again. And he did it. And I said, okay, so here's what we're going to do. I'm going to sing the verse of a Taylor Swift song, Shake It Off. I'm going to attempt to sing a version of Taylor Swift song. And we get shaken up. He's going to do that, and you're all going to do that, right? Now, here is fear and unknown at its greatest. And I sing out the first verse, he does it, and I've got a whole audience of Toastmasters out there in the audience just shaking and doing the whole thing. They embraced the fear. They didn't know what was going to happen. No one broke a hip. It was great. But we transformed a whole group of people into Taylor Swift fans. Like that. It's simple when it's easy and it's fun. Change your mindset. You can do it. You can be everything you want to be as long as you're willing to let yourself be everything you want to be. Get rid of the N and T. And don't let somebody else tell you you can or you can't. Surround yourself with the right people. Whatever success looks like to you, surround yourself with those people. But avoid those people that are going to be the ones tearing you down. That are going to be the ones preventing you from getting to where you can go and things that you can do. And don't let the past, don't live in the past. It's there for a reason. Everyone familiar with this? Oh, go on that. Rear view mirror in the windshield. Rear view mirror is very small. It's just meant to be a reminder of where you've been. The windshield is very large. That's what's in front of you, and that's where you want to go. Okay. Notice that Nancy had future put on the exit sign there. Okay. Future is in front of you. Don't worry about what happened there. Don't let the past dictate your future. Realize your past and build your future. And then I'll leave you with this quote. Opportunity is not knock on the door or ring the doorbell, but it's hide and seek. And it's up to you to seek out those opportunities. If you're waiting for it to come and stand and drop in your lap, you'll be waiting for a very long time. So go and get it. Make the future yours, because the future is in your hands.
I'd like to return control of the meeting to our Toastmasters of the morning.
We're now at that time where we're going to get ready for the contest. We are going to take a quick break. We will keep our schedule in the program. I will commit to that. It's my job today. So the time in the program, it says that the contest starts, is still accurate if you are involved in the contest or participating in the functionary roles. Please head directly to your areas where you'll be meeting. I do want to take, as we go to our break, one quick moment to have Michelle come up with a quick reminder on our baskets.
This year, because we are doing a silent auction, so all the power is in your pen up there in the auction. So there's no chance of tickets. You won't be able to have that intent. You'll have the intensity all day long. As you go back and look at those bids and see that your bid has been outbid, you can go and bid again. So there are some rules. Sorry, everything has rules. There are separate increments. Some are at $5 and a couple are at $10. So just make your bids. All the estimated values are listed on there, so you'll see how much they're worth and what exactly is in there. The bidding will stop at 7 o'clock tonight, and then we will announce it at 7:46. Exactly. Intent. All right. When you bid, make sure you write clearly and legibly. The highest bid will win at the end of the night, as long as it's valid, and we'll announce the winners. And the payments are to be in cash or check, and you have to pay them by the end of the night. Otherwise, it goes to the other bidder. Okay? And all I can say is bid for your favorites, smile often, and take home that treasure.